You've probably heard about those ultra-secret corporate research labs that nobody's supposed to even know exist. Well, one afternoon, security at one of these top-secret tech facilities was shocked to see a random delivery van pull right up to the main gate. They immediately surrounded it and brought the driver in for questioning. The guy explained, "I swear, I was just making deliveries, got completely lost, and ended up here when my fuel was running low." They ran full background checks, kept him overnight, and eventually decided he really was just a clueless driver, not some corporate spy. So they refueled his van, gave him a serious warning about confidentiality, pointed him in the right direction, and sent him off. The very next day, to everyone's disbelief, the same van showed up again. Security rushed out, only this time, there were 2 people inside. The same driver jumped out and said, "Look, you can do whatever you want to me, but my wife's in the van, and you've got to tell her where I was last night." A tough old factory inspector had heard about a workshop with the most hardworking employees around, so he decided to check it out. After touring the floor, he stepped into the maintenance room to speak with the workers. He looked at the first guy and barked, "Why are you here?" "Back pain, sir." "And how are you treating it?" "Cold showers and stretching, sir." "And what's your goal here?" "To get back on the line and work harder, sir." Impressed, the inspector moved to the next worker. "And you?" "Burn hands, sir." "And how are you treating that?" "Cold showers and bandages, sir." "And your goal?" "To get back to work, sir." The inspector nodded, even more impressed, and turned to the last worker. "And why are you here?" "Sore throat, sir." "And how are you treating it?" "Cold showers and rest, sir." "And what's your goal?" The worker straightened up and said, "To make sure I go first before those 2 hit the cold shower, sir." 3 senior employees heard the company was hiring a new executive. First employee, "I've been here 10 years. I'm not giving up any of my major clients." Second employee, "I've been here 6 years. I've earned my projects. I'm keeping all of them." Third employee, "I just joined last year and only have a couple of small accounts, but I'm holding on to everyone." Just then, a luxury car pulls up, and out steps the most intimidating executive they've ever seen. Tall, confident, and clearly someone who could take over the entire place without breaking a sweat. First employee, "You know, I could probably hand over a few clients." Second employee, "Yeah, I might have taken on too much anyway. I can share a bit." They look over at the third employee, and he's pacing around, straightening his tie, cracking his knuckles, and looking ready for a showdown. First employee, "Kid, don't be stupid, just give up a few accounts and stay out of trouble." Third employee, "Oh, he can take all my accounts." Pauses, adjusts his jacket. "I'm just making sure he knows I actually work here." 2 retired musicians were sitting in a quiet studio, listening to old recordings and reminiscing about their early days. The woman smiled and said, "Do you remember when we first started playing together, and you'd casually lean over and tap my hand to keep rhythm?" The man chuckled and gently tapped her hand again. She grinned and added, "And when we got serious, you'd sometimes lean in and sing right next to me?" He leaned closer and softly hummed beside her. Getting a bit playful, she said, "And after we became a duo, you'd sometimes get so into it, you'd even do those little vocal riffs right by my ear?" The man slowly stood up and started walking toward the equipment room. She looked confused and asked, "Where are you going?" He replied, "To grab my microphone." A senator spent all night with a hooker. As he was leaving, the senator put $2,000 on her bedside table. She said, "Thanks, but I only charge $200. $200 for the whole night? How can you make a living on that?" "Oh, don't worry," she purred. "I do a little blackmail, too." A guy goes out late gaming with his friends. Before leaving, he tells his girlfriend, "I promise I'll be home by midnight." Midnight comes and goes. He finally sneaks in around 3 a.m. As he walks in, He notices their smart home system is about to announce the time. Thinking fast, he whispers extra time updates to match midnight, trying to cover his tracks. Feeling clever, he quietly goes to bed. The next morning, he wakes up to breakfast already made. His girlfriend seems completely calm. Confident, he asks, "Did you sleep okay last night?" She replies, "Yeah, but I think we need to reset the smart assistant." He frowns. "Why?" She says. "Well, it announced 3 a.m., then said oops." Then it repeated a few extra times and started laughing. And finally, it made a weird noise and said it tripped over something. A woman arrived at an exclusive VIP club in the clouds. While waiting at the entrance, she peeked inside. She saw a grand party. Her old friends, family, and everyone she had ever loved were there, laughing and welcoming her. "Come on in. We've been waiting for you." Soon, the gatekeeper approached. "This place is amazing," she said. "How do I get in?" "You just have to pass a simple test," he replied. "Spell a word." "Which word?" "Smile." She spelled it perfectly, and the gate opened. She joined the celebration. About a year later, the gatekeeper asked her to watch the entrance for the day. While she stood there, suddenly, her ex-partner showed up. She blinked in surprise. "Wow, didn't expect to see you here. How have you been?" "Oh, pretty great actually," he said. "After you left, I married that young nurse who used to take care of you. Then I hit the jackpot in the lottery. Sold the old place, bought a huge mansion, traveled the world. We were just on a beach vacation. I went jet skiing, had a fall, hit my head, and well, here I am. Bit unlucky, huh? So, how do I get in?" She smiled calmly and said, "You just have to pass a test, spell a word." "All right," he said. "Which word?" She crossed her arms and replied, "Czechoslovakia."
That was funny. Hope you like it. Like, subscribe, and share.